Rumi says that in darkness we mistake God for a cow. It happens that when we are stressed or when we are in a dark side of our lives, sometimes we say, okay, let's pray, let's do meditation, try to be in a present moment. And we think by doing that, we're going to reduce the stress. And that is the purpose of spirituality and believing in this. But in fact, we are dealing with something a lot more powerful. And we think that the spirituality and the God is like a cow that gives us comfort, but it's not. The God and the power of spirituality and being in a present moment is so powerful that you have no idea what it is, and it can blow your mind and really scare you when you know how powerful it is. Now I'll tell you what Rumi says in a story where he presents this idea. He says there was a villager who had a cow, and he had his cow sit at the specific part of the farm. But one day a lion comes and eats that cow. And then he stands in the place of a cow, right? So when the villager at night comes home and can't see because of the darkness, he goes to brush the cow at night. And he finds the lion, but he doesn't know that this is a lion, and he starts brushing it and touching it. So he doesn't know he's actually touching a lion. He thinks that he is touching the cow. And then Rumi says that a lot of time the custom, the culture tells us that the power of the believing in God and spirituality is to treat it like a cow. How do we treat cow? We treat it as something that gives us comfort, right? The cow gives us milk and meat, and when we are hungry and need something for maintenance, we use it. So it gives us comfort, and that is what sometimes the culture is telling us, is that the power of spirituality and the God is just solving our day-to-day problem and reducing our stress. But in fact, the power of spirituality and the God is not so small and so simple. We are thinking about being in a present moment. We are thinking about meditation and focusing on the divine presence. And we are thinking that is going to give us some relief from our stress. But in fact, the God and the power of spirituality is so much bigger. Is when you are comparing. It's like when you are touching a lion. It's not a cow. And let me say how we can use the idea of knowing that it is a lion and not a cow, and how we can implement it in our lives. The lion, which is the power of the spirituality and the power of God, is when we focus on it, it can come and remove and destroy our attachment to all the thoughts that we have. All the thoughts. You see that your stress and anxiety or whatever, it's all associated with the thoughts. That power comes and destroy your thoughts and identification for the things that happened to you in the past and the things that will happen to you in the future. When you remove that, you get so much peace, and you can feel the power of the universe in all your cells, and you will be so amazed. And then sometimes you will be so overwhelmed with positive thinking that you can't explain it. So the next time that you think that the power of spirituality, meditation, being in a present moment, focusing on a divine love, the next time that you're thinking about it, don't think about solving this little anxiety that you have in your relationship or with your boss or with your friends. Don't think that this is going to be so small that just is gonna solve that. No. know that you're dealing with a powerful force. If you're focusing on the divine and God and being in a present moment, or whatever you call it, or the power of the universe, you are dealing with an enormous power that can completely transform your life, can remove your idea about who you are, completely destroy your trauma, completely destroy your stress about what's going to happen in the future, and give you so much energy. So it's like the power of lion. Don't think when you are dealing with spirituality that you are just gonna solve this little stress issue that you have about this thing. Okay, let me go and do a walk, and of course it's going to reduce your stress, but it's a lot more powerful than that, and beautifully Rumi represents that in his beautiful poem.